Hey, welcome back to Brackets Automotives. I really want to just take an opportunity to answer a lot of the common asked questions I get about my truck. One of the biggest questions that I am always getting is, how big of a lift do you have? So this is a 9-inch McGaughy suspension lift. So I've got the 9-inch McGaughys on there, but on top of that, I have a 3-inch Rough Country body lift, which a lot of people, don't care for body lifts because of that gap right there. But to be honest, I can deal with it. Not many people really would ever notice when you have the fender liners, because if you look in the back, there's no gap. You can't see any frame, and you can't really see the frame past my running boards because it's not hanging down that far. At least on these trucks. There are some trucks absolutely out there that body lifts just stick out like a sore thumb. But I'm kind of lucky. This one just turned out where it kind of hides it well. So I'm up to 12 inches of lift. I clear these 35s on a 14 wide, full lock both ways, no rubbing problems at all. It's very nice when you're trying to make any sort of maneuvering turn. But that's the first question that I'm always getting. The second one would be, what wheels do you have and what is the offset? So I have a 22 by 14 on here with a 35 1550 tire. That 35 1550 makes it look insanely wide versus the 1350s that I had prior with my 37s. On top of being a 22 by 14 hostile with a negative 76 offset, I have an 1.5 inch wheel spacer, so it really shoves it out. So the other question I'm always getting is, what roof rack do you have? And to be honest, I think most people either love or they hate the roof rack. It's one or the other. So I have the Smittybilt Defender series. I have the single piece one. They do make one that comes apart into multiple pieces, so if you did a removable setup on it, then you could store it easily, in your garage or wherever. Mine is fixed. It is bolted to that roof. It is not going anywhere, but that's just what I wanted to do. I didn't plan on taking it off. I just planned on having it on there the rest of the time I own this truck, and whoever gets it next is going to have a roof rack as well. So I've got the lights on the back here. It's got light mounts. You can see the one there. And then it's got 4 little tabs up in the front that these are mounted to. Smittybilt also makes a few different mounts for like a dual 50-inch light bar setup up on the roof there. They have specific mounts for this rack to do that. But I kind of wanted to go a different route with the pod lights. They're the Rigid Radiance series, so they have a little bit of glow that sits behind them. I did a video on the Radiance series one. It's also on my channel, so definitely check it out. But yeah, Smittybilt Defender series, I'm a big fan. The textured finish on it looks awesome. The whole construction of it's awesome. I think it can hold like 150 pounds or something like that. I'm gonna be honest, I've never put anything up there. It's literally just a light holder. But I am a big fan of the way it looks. The only other real question that I get all the time about it is what brand of fender flares I have on. So these fender flares are Bushwhacker ones. It's kind of their low profile series. So they only stick out from the truck 3/4 of an inch. I opted out on getting like the bolts going around it because in reality, I'm not an off-road truck. This is a pavement princess. Everyone knows that. You can tell by looking at it. But that's just my thing. It's my style. So I wanted to maintain that real wide look where the tires just hang way out the sides. And in getting these, it just worked out perfect because they were so thin. You can get these paint matched or go get them painted. But after I held them up to the truck and just kind of looked at it, it really wasn't worth it in my mind having the satin looking black on my gloss, because I think it kind of gives it a nice look. I originally was like, oh, they have to be paint matched. I can't just have, these matte flares on this glossy paint. But I mean, I stuck them up and I just decided I liked them the way they were. But yeah, Bushwhacker is a great brand for flares. I've had no issues in terms of like this rubber seal coming off. A lot of people run into trouble on their fender flares where that seal just peels off of them, usually down in this corner and stuff. Bushwhacker has a really good seal. It sticks on well. Same with Rough Country's flares are actually really good, and Smittybilt has some pretty good flares. We put a lot of them on at work on some of our dealership trucks that I build, and haven't had any issues with them. Like I said, I like them. But yes, they are Bushwhacker flares. Anyways, guys, I really appreciate you guys watching this. That's just, you know, some of the main questions that I get about my truck. If you have any questions about lifted truck stuff, I'm more than happy to help. I'd love to get messages from you guys. I'd love to hear what questions you have, because I mean, I live and breathe trucks. It's my passion. If I can help somebody learn something, or if you can teach me something, I'd love to know. Absolutely send me a message, comment down below if you have any questions, and I'll see you guys next time.